So please listen carefully and write carefully. In wherever Mars is positioned, which means in whichever house, whichever sign Mars is placed. Right? When a Shubha Graha is along with Mars, which means wherever Mars is, in whichever Rashi, in whichever Bhava Mars is, if there is a Shubha Graha along with Mars, right? Or if the second from Mars, is getting into a bala, then when they are going to get a property, they will have money in their hand. They will have money, substantial money in the hand. So when along with Mars, there's a Shubha Graha. When along with Mars, there's a Shubha Graha. Or if the second from Mars is attaining strength, then they will have money in their hand. They will have a good amount of money. In fact, the money in order to go about and buy the entire property itself with their own money, right? While they are buying the property. Next. When the second from Mars is afflicted, which means losing strength, then when they are buying property, right, they will invest less, which means they will put their own money, which will be little, and they will take loan more. The loan will be more, the investment will be less while buying the property. See, all of you, this is about rules and applications of rule. That's why it's called as a council of applied Jyotisha. You just apply the rules. As you're writing the rules, if you're on your mobile phone, you open up about all your family members' chat, and you should keep applying the rules and tell, yes, sir, worked out, sir. Yes, sir, you worked out, sir. Don't interrupt here in the message or in the chat box or when I give you time to tell. That is the way you will know how it works. Next. When the fifth from Mars, the ninth from Mars, the 11th from Mars are getting into a bala. See, individually, if they are getting bala, also good. 5th from Mars bala, 9th from Mars bala, 11th from Mars bala, that is good. That is different. We discussed that. But when the 5th, 9th, 11th from Mars are getting into a bala, or if they are interrelated or associated with one another, and interrelated with one another, I will explain this to you with a horoscope, don't worry. Then when they get a house, then immediately there would be development. Then immediately there would be progress. After I built this house itself, immediately I started developing, right? This is something which comes owing to experience. As you experience seeing different types of horoscope, immediately you should come into a conclusion. Now, am I referring to the Lagna here? No, I am referring to Mars in the horoscope. So let's get into the horoscope. So please cast a horoscope. All of you cast a horoscope. Put the Lagna as Simha Lagna. In the second bhava, Mangala Bhagwan, Guru Bhagwan, Ketu Bhagwan, Buddhan Bhagwan. Okay. In the third bhava, you put Sun. In the fourth bhava, Shukra Bhagwan, fifth, sixth, seventh. In the Ashtama bhava, Saturn, Chandra Bhagwan, Shanishwaran Chandra Bhagwan, Rahu Bhagwan. In the ninth, you put Mandi Bhagwan, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Surya Bhagwan, Shukra Bhagwan, Rahu Bhagwan, Chandra Bhagwan, Shani Bhagwan, Mandi. Okay. So in Kanya Rashi itself, you have how many grahas? 1, 2, 3, 4 grahas. Sun is in the third house. In Meena Rashi, you have Rahu Bhagwan, Chandra Bhagwan, Shani Bhagwan, Mandi Bhagwan in Mesha Rashi. Right? Now, can you see in this horoscope, along with Mars itself, you have the fifth, right? You have the Guru, who is the fourth bhava lord. Good. Guru, a Shubha Graha, is along with Mars. That also you can take. Good. Next. Who's the second bhava lord from Mars? Who's the second bhava lord from Mars? All of you, one by one. Anybody can jump. Okay. So the second bhava lord from Mars, how is he? Is he getting into a bala? Yes or no?
Yes.
The second.
Yes, it is Digbala.
Ma'am, from Mangala. If he was here, it is Digbala. No. From Mangala, you are looking at this. He is getting into a bala, ma'am, because he is aspecting his own house. Am I correct? Shukra Bhagwan is aspecting his own house. So this is strength. Okay. Now, we have the second from Shukra. He may be in the third from Shukra, but he is aspecting his own house, getting into a bala. Next. Who's the fifth from Mars? Who's the fifth from Mars? Shanishwaran.
Shani Bhagavan.
So the fifth from Mars is Shani Bhagwan. And is he connected with Mars? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is he connected with Mars? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right aspect.
He's the aspect.
Next. Who's the 11th from Mars?
Chandra Bhagavan.
Kark Rashi.
Chandra Bhagavan.
Is he again connected with Mars?
Yes, aspect.
So do we have 5-11 connection?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So the connection is there. Okay. Now who's the 9th from Mars?
Vrishabh Rashi.
Venus.
Is he attaining strength? Why? Because Shukra Bhagwan is aspecting Rishabha.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Shukra Bhagwan is aspecting, right? And so we are having the 9th from Mars, right? That is there, who is Shukra Bhagwan. Right? And where is he? He's aspecting the 9th itself. Good?
Yes.
Yes, all of you? Good?
9th. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. And Guru Bhagwan, right? Guru Bhagwan, he is also having an aspect here. What are the aspects of Guru Bhagwan? He is also having an aspect on the 9th.
Yes, sir.
So you have the connection here. So the moment he builds a house, immediately something to do with the permanence as far as his job happened. So this is one, right? Next, write down the rule. Next, when the 4th from Mars, is along with Mars, then whichever property is near their property, whichever property is near their property, which means near the house, there is one property. There is in the neighborhood, there is one property. They will buy the property or it will come to them. They will buy the property or it will come to them. Right? See here, which is the fourth from Mars? Guru Bhagwan. He is along with what? Mars itself. So will this person get a property near where he is living? Or if he owns a property
Yes,
right
sir.
in, right next to his
Yes,
house,
sir.
there will be a
Yes.
property and he will get it. Right?
Mhm.
Now, it can also mean, right? This also means, you know what? If the fourth from Mars does not have to be along with Mars, even if he is associated with Mars, if he is connected with Mars, still there is ample scope of getting a property which is right around you. What they would do is they will buy one first property. Then next to their property, next property, they will keep buying. So this is the combination here. Right. Next. Now, some of you will have this question. What if the fourth from Mars happens to be the sign ruled by Mars itself? So we are going to come with a new set of rules for that. New set of rules for that. Write down. If the fourth from Mars, please write the notes, apply the rules. That is all I can tell, because whatever rules are given to you, they are pearls, they are golden rules, and only when you apply them, you will know, my God, how it works, right? When the fourth from Mars happens to be a sign ruled by Mars, when the fourth from Mars happens to be the sign ruled by Mars, which is Mesha, which is Vrishchaka, then whatever property is next to their property will be theirs. Whatever property is next to their property will be theirs. When the fifth from Mars, next rule, when the fifth from Mars happens to be the sign ruled by Mars,
Sir, please slow, little slow.
when the fifth from Mars, is a sign ruled by Mars, then after they get their own property, there would be development and there would be progress and there would be promotion. In bracket, put as it also applies for those who have Mars in Kadaka Rashi. So you will see Mars in Kadaka Rashi and you would say Mars is getting into a debilitation. That is true. What Mars means when it gets into a Kadaka Rashi, any which ways we are going to cover today. But you should also tell only after you get into a property, you buy a property, right? Only after you move into a house, you will have development, you will have progress, you will have promotion. I'm telling you to apply the rules, right? That's how it is. I'm giving you the logic, I'm giving you the application, right? Apply it and you would know it. Okay, next. So, same way, those who have Mars or Mangala in Dhanusha Rashi. So the fifth from Mars would be what? Mesha. So immediately, those who have Mars in Dhanusha Rashi, immediately you should tell. Once you start constructing house and move into a house, development will be there, progress will be there, you will get a promotion, right? Note down all the important points. Next, when the ninth from Mars is a sign ruled by Mars. The same rule that was applicable, that was the same rule for the fifth from Mars, ruled by Mars, is applicable. Do you want me to repeat? All of you? See, we discussed about the
No
fifth
need,
from
sir.
the fifth from Mars. Next. What we will do is, one person go unmute. As I'm writing, you just nod towards the end that you've written down. You can just say, right? Don't tell too much of that will be disturbing, so that I know that you've written down and I can kind of moderate the pace, right? So one person who can unmute, anybody? Amit Mozaiya, you're the first. Amit
Yes, sir.
Mozaiya, you write down,
Okay, sir.
and as you're writing down, you can just say, right? But don't give too much it'll be disturbing while other people are listening. Next.
Okay.
Next. When the sixth or eighth from Mars, when the sixth or eighth from Mars happens to be a sign ruled by Mars, when the sixth or eighth from Mars happens to be a sign ruled by Mars, then these people will have certain problems associated with property. Certain problems associated with property. See, I'm not telling property is not there. Okay, I'm not telling property is not there. They all will have property, but there will also be some problem associated with property. Who all will have problem associated with property? Either the sixth from Mars should be a sign ruled by Mars, or the eighth from Mars, which should be a sign ruled by Mars. So which are the rashis in which Mars should be? Write down Mithuna Rashi. Example. Kanya Rashi, where Mars should be there. Mesha Rashi, if Mars is in Mesha Rashi. If Mars is in Vrishchika Rashi. Some examples. So if you find a Mangala Bhagavan in Mithuna, if you find a Mangala Bhagavan in Kanya, if you find a Mangala Bhagavan in Mesha Rashi, if you find a Mangala Bhagavan in Vrishchika Rashi, understood, there is problem pertaining to property. I'm not telling property is not there. Problem will be there. There would be some form of a litigation problem, some form of an issue pertaining to the problem, and then only something to do with property matters will proceed. See, one person, he has a Mars in Kanya Rashi. He has a Mars in Kanya Rashi. And the fourth from Mars, which would be the fourth from Mars? It would be Guru, no? The fourth from Mars, which is Guru, is in Meena Rashi. The fourth from Mars. See, Mars is in Kanya Rashi. So the fourth from Mars is Dhanusha Rashi, ruled by Guru. This Guru Bhagwan, is in Meena Rashi. So Guru Bhagwan, who's the fourth from Mars, is in Meena Rashi, aspecting Mars or Mangala. You know what happened? As per one rule that we discussed, he got the property, which was his neighboring property. That happened. But again, since we are ideally talking about Mars in what? Kanya Rashi, obviously, the eighth from Mars would be what? A sign ruled by Mars. He also had to go through problems pertaining to the property, but it was a small problem, right? Another person has a Mars or Mangala. I will put you on mute itself here. Disturbance? No disturbance, please. Okay. So another person in Mithuna Rashi, he has a Mangala. You know what? He has the Pata of the land, the Pata, the property. Pata is the document, no? The patta is there for the property, but he does not know where the property is. So he had to go, he had to find where the property is. He had to get into a fight. He had to get into all of those duels, and then only he had to get a property. So you will find such cases. And whenever you find Mangala Bhagavan in Kanya, Mithuna, Vrishchaka, Mesha, you should tell property, be careful, right? All of that is already there. This is nature. This is something which is ordained for them. One person, right? Mars in Mithuna. And what happened is the property which this person owned, that was taken over by the brother or by the wife's brother. All of this, they wrote and took it. All this is something which will be there. Right? One person, Mars in Vrishchika Rashi. The sun has Mars in Kanya Rashi. He had his ancestral property. He had some litigation. He had to sell his property. So now when you see Mars in Kanya Rashi for the sun, what would you predict? You should tell. And the sun has also bought a property. So you should tell, see, at least as far as your son's property is concerned, you should be careful. So, right. Mithuna, Mars. Kanya, Mars. Mars and Kanya. That's what I mean. Mars in Mesha. Mars in Vrishchaka. Mars in Vrishchaka. So here it becomes 6-8. The sign ruled by Mars, 6-8. So there will be land, and there will be a small problem also associated with the land. No other problem is there. You just need to actually go about and warn them, forewarn them. Once you forewarn them, they'll be prepared for that. Any which ways I'm telling, property is there. So these are the additional points that I wanted to discuss. How are the points? How are the rules? How are the points? How are the rules? Anybody before we move into Chandra in the fourth
So
bhava?
it's very, very interesting.
Excellent, sir.
Very, very interesting.
Excellent.
How are the rules? How are the rules?
So it
Can
brings so much clarity and understanding, as to why the problem is there. Otherwise, like you rightly said, it's mind-boggling till one does not know these finer points. Then it all becomes very easy to understand, sir.
Simple points are simple points, ma'am. The new students who are joining me, please let me inform to you, all of you in advance. I'm just a kindergarten teacher. So if you tell this, that, and all, I will get confused. I'm not at your level. Please understand that. I'm at this level. If you're learning under me, you should come down to my level. I cannot raise myself to your level. Simple rules are enough for you to actually go about and predict. That is the way it should be.